Let it go.
Wake up, Winthrop High School!
Good morning, I'm Patrick Haskell.
And I'm Kevin Anderson.
It's February 28th, and we are following a Day 4 schedule.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I
Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, and now for a moment of silence. Any student interested in working the Winthrop election polls on Tuesday, March 3rd, please see Ms. Flanagan.
Attention seniors, community service hours are listed by ID number in the guidance hallway. Remember that students need 60 hours to graduate.
Anyone interested at a chance to dethrone Mr. Semino in this year's annual March Madness tournament? You can sign up on Monday at all 3 lunches with Mr. Sereno. Remember, you must have $10 to sign up.
And I heard that the favorite going into this year's March Madness was Mr. Donnelly's team. Wake Up Winthrop will bring in the teacher draft order next Friday.
Are you interested in being part of an exciting adventurous sport unlike any other offered at Winthrop High School? Do you love the water, the outdoors, boats, or new challenges? Sailing is for you. Sailing signups are today after school in room 354. Sailing is a unique sport that is both mentally and physically challenging. Anyone can do it. No experience necessary. Again, sailing signups are today after school in room 354. See Ms. Domina to find out more.
And there will also be tennis signups for anyone interested today after school. See Kevin Dorr or Augie Cherigo for more information.
In the next couple of weeks, students will be deciding on course selections they will take for next year. This means students will have the opportunity to pick if they want to take CP, honors, or AP level classes, along with a choice of electives, including digital media, art, or drama.
We caught up with Sunita for more information on course selection.
Oh, hey, didn't see you there. So with course selection coming up, some students may be struggling to figure out what they want to take next year and what's the best fit for them. So as upperclassmen and with the help from guidance, we'll be letting you know more information.
Course selection is a very important time of the year. Students are allowed to choose between many different classes. Here at Winthrop High School, we offer many electives. Some of these including Art 1 through Art 4, as well as photography classes given you take an art class. The media room is responsible for holding all DigVid classes. Digital Media 2 takes care of Wake Up Winthrop, and Digital Media 3 does independent work. The possibilities are endless.
I would recommend taking some AP and rigorous courses to challenge you. Colleges like to see that you're taking on a hard workload, so that'll definitely look good on college applications.
So some of my favorite classes throughout high school have been photography, because it's just really fun, child growth and development, it teaches you a lot, prepares you for your future, and I also like AP environmental science, just because you do a lot of labs and stuff, and it's just very interesting.
So, course recommendations are actually happening within the next couple weeks. Teachers will recommend which courses they think you should be involved in for next year, and they'll put their course recommendations in iPass. We then go in as guidance and make sure that that kind of suits the student, and then we approve it on iPass. If students think that they want to be in a different level course, then they can actually talk to their teacher and to guidance and decide if that's a good choice for them for next year.
Advice that I have, especially for incoming juniors, is to maybe try and see if you know what your major is going to be and try and look at the prereqs for those programs, because you don't know what classes you might have to take in order to get in.
I would definitely talk to some of your teachers and see what they recommend, and kind of just see what classes that we offer here at Winthrop High School. I know that there are a few classes that people don't even know that we have, so I would definitely make sure you know what we offer before you choose your schedule.
So in the past, I usually choose my classes by talking to upperclassmen and seeing which ones they like, and I kind of get a feel for which ones would interest me the most.
So students should pick their courses for upcoming years based off of things that they're interested in. So if you know you want to be a teacher or you want to work with children, then maybe child growth is a really good opportunity. If you like working on computers, maybe Microsoft Office is an option. So you want to think about electives that you're interested in, what classes are going to challenge you as you go through your high school career, and do you want to be in an AP class that will give you an opportunity to get credit towards college.
So I would definitely recommend taking Spanish. I have taken Spanish all throughout high school, and I would recommend the same to everyone currently watching this. It's a really fun class, and it's really, really fun learning another language.
So this year actually is a course map. So when we go through, we're going to have, an upcoming assembly with everyone. We'll go through the graduation requirements. You need 4 years of English, 3 years of history, 2 humanities, 4 years of math, and in fact, actually it's a 5th math course if you're planning on going to a state school, 4 years of science, 2 world languages, 2 full years of gym, and then partially health, and then the rest are all electives.
Oh, hey. So I hope that was helpful, and good luck.
Thanks, Anita. Hope it all goes well for you guys. Don't stress when picking your classes.
The week before vacation, we brought you a story celebrating and educating our community on Black History Month. We also asked students and teachers to reflect the many contributions that Black Americans have contributed to society.
We caught up with Catherine Silva for a follow-up video. Enjoy!
2 weeks ago, we brought you a short introduction on a story about Black History Month, trying to get a dialogue started within the school about the various contributions that Black Americans have made to our society. This is the last week of February, meaning it's the last week of Black History Month. As we said last time, we wanted to highlight the specific contributions that Black men and women have made to the lives of people around the school. We caught up with students and teachers to talk about the many contributions that Black Americans have made to their lives or their specific fields of study.
There are a ton of Black Americans who have influenced literature in a really great way. Langston Hughes, Maya Angelou, Toni Morrison are just a few that I can name. They've talked about slavery, equality, racism, they've written poetry, they've written novels, and they're all really impactful in this field of study and, honestly, the world.
Khalid is the most influential Black American that's kind of impacted my life. His music is really good with touching on emotions that teenagers feel, and it's also upbeat, but also kind of sad when you need it to be, and yeah.
So Michael Jordan has influenced me. He just like his mentality, he always strives to be the best, and I also strive to be the best in whatever I do. And he's also influenced the way I dress. I'm actually wearing Jordans at the moment.
Shannon Sharp, he was a football player, tight end, and he made me want to become like Shannon Sharp.
So one of the greatest examples of women of color are the 3 women that are featured in the film Hidden Figures, and they are mathematicians and physicists that worked on the first trip to the moon with Neil Armstrong. And the movie really is about how women, and African American women especially, are underrepresented in science and often underrepresented in the accomplishments that transpire from the different research that they do. So I would encourage everyone to see the movie Hidden Figures and get better educated on the amazing contributions of the women of color from that particular movie in that time period.
I think Michael Jackson has been a really big influence on me because I listen to a lot of his music, and he's probably one of the most popular musicians, and he's just overall the best.
So, most influential Black American in my life is definitely Herbie Hancock, who's a famous and iconic American jazz pianist and composer, one of the founding fathers of hip hop as well. And I think music is really important. It's been an important part of my life, but it's also it is a great vehicle for removing the racist sentiments in our society. I think we need to remind a lot of American citizens about the important contributions of Black Americans in our culture, and I'm hopeful that we can learn to appreciate those contributions, music being one of many, and possibly maybe being the most impactful. That might be biased. But if you trace the migration of, emancipated Black Americans up north, their music and their culture and their history follows with them, and it's intertwined in American culture and American music today.
Simone Biles inspired me to be a gymnast because she's so amazing. She's the best gymnast in the world, and I want to be just like her.
Thanks, guys. Although Black History Month is coming to an end, we hope that the awareness and celebration of the contributions made by Black Americans in the past and to be made in the future continue to be celebrated in the community of our high school. Make sure to keep yourselves informed and socially aware. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks for educating and celebrating Black History Month here at Winthrop High School, Catherine.
A huge congrats to Coach Lowe and the Lady Vikings on their 55-39 win over Whittier Tech last night. Leading the way was Lily Pulsiver with 20 points.
Wow, the team is still alive, and I have a feeling that they might win the championship this year, Patrick.
Definitely. As the winter sports seasons come to a close, we'd like to acknowledge the hard work and dedication these athletes put into their seasons.
Here's one of my favorite reporters, Evan Smartwedge, with our winter sports recap.
Thanks, guys. And as most winter sports have already came to an end, we are focusing on a couple who are still fighting in the playoffs. And then we're going to start focusing in on spring sports. After having a great season, the boys hockey team lost 1-0 against a tough Triton team in the first round of the playoffs. We caught up with Ryan Habermail to find out his thoughts on the season overall.
The season was, it wasn't our best season. We did make playoffs. We kept the streak going, 15 years running. I feel like we did have our ups and downs this season. We didn't really accomplish everything we wanted to. We didn't win NEC. Didn't make it that far in playoffs, obviously, but we did make it to playoffs. That was one of our goals. Being a senior next year kind of hit me hard. It doesn't really feel real at all. Stuff really just flies by.
Although a successful season, the girls lost with a final score of 4-2 in a hard-fought game in the first round of the playoffs versus Belmont. We caught up with some of the players to see their opinions about the season.
I feel like there was a lot of progress made throughout the season, from beginning to end. We made a lot of good progress, and it brought us to a good standing and gave us a good chance in our last game, even though we couldn't bring out a win. But yeah, I feel like there were a lot of improvements made from the beginning of the year to the end, and that was a lot of progress all throughout, and it gave us a good chance for our last game. But even though we couldn't bring out a win, I think I formed a really close bond with all of them. I'm gonna miss them a lot. This was an important year for all of us as a whole, so I'm glad I got to spend it with them, and I wish them the best of luck in the future in whatever they do.
Although boys basketball didn't finish with their intended goal, they finished strong with a win against one of the top teams in the state, Lynn Classical. We caught up with Samir on his takes for the season.
Looking back at the season, honestly, it was quite a ride. I loved every single second of it. Just enjoyed being out there, scoring the buckets, dog. For real, it's just being a savage out there. You're showing who you are, your true teammates, your true team. The advice I would give is enjoy every single second of it, because in the blink of an eye, it's really gone that quick. Also, underclassmen, whatever, seniors, juniors, you got the open lane, go take it, don't be scared, shoot the threes, don't be hesitant. Sultan, 23, Christian New York, out for y'all.
In the first round of the girls' basketball playoffs, the Vikings beat Bedford 43-34 to move on to the second round against Whittier Tech. We caught up with some players to find out their thoughts on the upcoming game.
In our game against Bedford, Mara and Caroline both had a really big game, and they scored a ton of points, and they were just both. Caroline shut down number 25, who was our biggest threat going into the game, and Mara scored 16 points. So we've done a pretty good job so far, but we definitely need to clean up on our boxing out and getting defensive and offensive rebounds, because that's usually our biggest weakness. If we did end up making it to the garden, I know it would be a really big deal for all of us and just show how hard we've all been working in the off season, the season, and it would just mean a lot for our program and how far we've come.
Here at Up Winthrop High School, we've really enjoyed covering all the winter sports, and we look forward to covering it into the spring season. Back to Kevin Stu.
Thanks, Evan. You guys did great. Congratulations to all the winter sports teams on this season.
Kevin, ever see people walking or running through the halls of Winthrop High School with headphones in? Ever think, OMG, what are they listening to? Well, guess what? Our field reporter, Allison, got the inside scoop on what everyone was jamming out to in the halls.
Hey guys, have you ever wondered what type of music people are listening to in the hallways? Well, us too. So we had to set out and sneak attack people to figure out what type of music they're listening to through their headphones. Let's get to it. Here's two people right now. What type of music do you guys listen to in the hallways?
Like common music, like just music so I don't pay attention to what's going on around me, like loud music.
I listen to today's top hits.
Wow.
Rap.
Thanks, guys. Hi, what's your favorite song to listen to while you're walking in the hallways?
First Day Out, Lil Sosa. The Box by Roddy Ricch.
Thanks. What type of music do you listen to in the hallways on your headphones?
I sometimes listen to Lana Del Rey. That's pretty good.
My number one song I listen to walking in the hallways is I Hate Everything About You by 3 Days Grace, which is about a love triangle and a guy who hates everything about this girl.
Awesome, thanks. What's your number one song to listen to while walking through the hallways?
Probably Dior.
Thank you.
Mine would be The Box by Roddy Ricch.
Nice.
Be No Smoke by NBA Youngboy.
Nice, awesome. Thanks, guys.
I guess whatever comes on.
Okay. Nice, thank you.
Walking down the hallways, I like to listen to The Box, Roddy Ricch. Yep.
Awesome, thank you. Look who I found.
Me, Alex Vera.
So, what is your number one song you listen to while you walk down the hallways?
I like to listen to Crush Culture by Conan Gray. Like, it kind of smacks. Don't take that away from me.
Awesome.
I would have to say Locked Out of Heaven by Bruno Mars.
Oh my God.
I mean, it's playing right now. It's just such a bop.
Oh my God, look, it's another person. So, what's your number one song you listen to while you walk down the hallways?
Probably Cannibal by Kesha.
Oh my God, me too.
No way.
Well, there you have it, a little taste of everyone's poison. And now you don't have to worry about what people are listening to in the hallways. Well, back to you guys in the stew.
Thanks, guys. Good song choices. Makes me kind of makes me want to dance.
Well, that's all we have for today. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks, guys, and remember to be kind to everyone and
Roll Vikes.
Hi, I'm Alex.